2 years ago, we picked up our first traveling companion here. Part of our Camino family. What is your name?
Masha.
Masha. So we walked together for almost a week until my wife contracted strep throat and we had to take a little time off to heal up. I have no idea where we're going to have breakfast today. Da 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 da. Now certainly this could be a scene from the movie, but I have no idea where that was filmed, where they first find Jack.
I thought I was out here all alone.
You thought wrong.
Oh, yes. Hello, I'm Jack from Ireland. I'm Jack from Ireland.
How long have you been out here, Jack, from Ireland?
Jeez, it's hard to say.
And sometimes it feels that way on the Camino. But we made it to Los Arcos with a warm welcome. We find a place to eat our second breakfast. And then, oh, what's that I see? It's another church to explore. That was our experience the first time we entered this church a couple years ago. It was magical. The second time we did the very same thing. We put a euro in the machine to see the retablo light up in the front, but this is what we got instead.
It's so loud in there.
We caught it when it was open, and apparently you put 2 euros in, and there were other churches that it just lights up, but apparently this does narration. And
it was so loud.
yeah, you don't push both English and Spanish because it does them both at the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah, and you can't do anything about it. They love us. We do know the word for I'm sorry. It's lo siento. And they're like, we understand. You are sorry. On your way out of Los Arcos, on your right-hand side, there's an interesting cemetery. The translation is what's interesting. It says, I was once what you are, and you will be what I am. So I was once alive, and we will be dead one day. That's so encouraging to hear on your way out of Los Arcos. Well, we might feel like it, but we're not dead yet. So it's time to continue walking towards Santiago. You never really know what you're going to come across on this amazing journey. One of the reasons that we wanted to walk a second time in the fall was to see the grapes harvested rather than planted in the spring, and there were a bounty of them. Oh, we are getting so close to a great Camino treasure. It's only 1 kilometer after Sansol that you'll discover it. In the movie The Way, entering into Torres del Rio is when they were saying, oh, there's only one albergue here. And I think it was Jack that said, as long as they have a toilet. What cracks me up about this is they're walking right by one of the nicest places to stay in the city, one that we loved because it had this great swimming pool. Notice on their left a yellow arrow on the wall.
There's an albergue called the Casa Santa Barbara.
Oh yeah, it's the only one, but it has 5 stars.
I don't care how many stars it has, as long as it's got a toilet.
And they walk right past this old wooden door, and that's whenever he makes the comment about as long as it has a toilet. And that's whenever they walk by one of the nicest places right here. Wow, do they have a nice pool. It's not a big pool, but it sure feels good on shoulders that have carried a backpack all day. And they actually walk right by this really nice place. Look at that. Beautiful pool. We love the rooms here. This is the Puente Loreno room, and maybe you know why it's called that and why we love the rooms. Even the bathrooms. My goodness, we love this place. Oh, enough about the decadence of all this. This is the town of Crazy Ramón, so let's go find him.
Peregrinos, sí. Hi, welcome.
So you're on the Camino, you've passed the church in Torres del Rio, and there are these stone picnic benches and a fountain over there by those olive trees. And then you're on the Camino. You look to the left, there's a building for sale, and it is Crazy Ramón's. That is his house right there to the left. And then you continue on the Camino that direction there. And I'm certain I found it because I paused the movie and I saw this artwork at the top of the door, and where Crazy Ramón takes a peek out of the door, you can see that there is a bend on this pipe, just like in the movie. So I found Crazy Ramón's house, and the coordinates are there at the bottom. And if you buy it, you've got to allow me to stay there free on my next Camino. Crazy Ramón, why are you not here? You're one of my favorite scenes. Even this bent bar from when you stuck your face out.
Sí, hola.
I miss you, Ramón. Woo! To me, this was probably my most treasured movie location discoveries. Gina said that it's for sale because the movie made him look bad, so he didn't get any business after that. Now, the food and accommodations were awesome, but before you leave town, you need to be sure to see the church. You had to pay €1 to enter. Now, I'm not cheap, but 2 years ago we did see the inside. So here's the footage from that. I'm only going to show you a little bit in this church because I have some weird church stuff to show you in Logroño. Well, we have some gravel to crunch under our feet, so we need to go. Good morning! Oh, I got a bug in my eye. Good morning! Almost 3 kilometers after leaving Torres del Rio, on your left, you see this hermitage. And there's something in there called El Poya, which is derived from the Latin podium. It's the image of Nuestra Señora del Pollo in there. Basically, I think that just means it's a statue of Mary. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. Now, legend states that this image was stolen 3 times from the neighboring village in Vienna, but mysteriously, each time it returned here. Today, don't steal it to see if the legend holds true. They're gonna make sure that you don't, because it's barred up and you can't look inside. I love these stories. I hope I got the camera on in time. That was cool and very low.
And very close.
Very loud. Very big. That's like a fat helicopter. It's been eating on something. I sure hope Spain didn't just go to war. There are many surprise rest stops on the Camino.
That's me.
I found Terry like 5 days later, and she talked about this leg being really hard. She was the lady with the prayer beads in her hand back after Roncesvalles almost a week ago. This leg being really hard, wasn't it?
Yes.
It really seems like they're trying to relabel the Camino, especially this first week. Instead of the yellow traditional arrows, many times it's just this little sign, and without an arrow, I guess, if you're going straight. It also gets a little more confusing with these bike paths. So they're relabeling things, but to me it's a little bit more confusing. Just a simple yellow arrow spray painted on a wall used to be so much easier. That's okay. I'm really glad the church in Viana was open, even though it seemed to be under construction. And I think I remember it being under construction last time as well. But there's a lot of interesting artwork and sculptures, and even the architecture within the church is nice to see. And even outside the church and a building a little further down, it's very beautiful to check out, and you can go inside and see what the inner courtyard looks like. But I want to save most of our church time, so to speak, for a very interesting church coming up in Logroño. There are a few strange elements, and since that's the theme of our channel, in the church in Logroño, and that's why I want to save a little more time for it. Buen Camino! Oh, I believe it's about 3 kilometers out at Ermita de la Virgen de las Cuevas, where there's a peaceful picnic spot in a grove of trees. It's just past the river called Rio de Longar. You walk for just a little bit, and then you'll see to the left the highway that runs parallel a bit, and beyond that you can see some lakes in the distance called Lagunas de las Canas. And they tell me that the lowly meadows in that area were notorious for witch covens together there in the 1500s. Hopefully not anymore, devil.
My wife likes to dress like me because I look so good. Sleeves? No sleeves. Sleeves? No sleeves. We are one. That was dumb.
It's time for Wisdom from the Tunnels. Keep walking, fella. Great advice. Never walk alone. Why not? You'll get to know yourself. Oh, yeah. Smile, boy. And the last word of wisdom, there's no way to get to heaven just through Jesus. Just before entering Logroño, you leave the autonomous region of Navarra and you cross the border for a new autonomous region called La Rioja, and it's known for its wine growing. The first time we entered into Logroño, our tired and achy feet were shocked to discover a great surprise. Oh, there is a beautiful fountain to cool those feet off. You can help me a ton if you will subscribe, hit the thumbs up and the bell icon, and then make a comment on the video. Any comment will help. It doesn't even have to be about the Camino. It doesn't even have to be about the video. You can tell me how old your parakeet was when it was potty trained. You see, all comments tell my boss that people like this content. Okay, a little bit more about Logroño, and then on the next video, I have some really weird things to see in a church here. And it's things that you will not find in any guidebook, because a little old lady that lives here told us about it. But first, we booked an apartment in this city. Getting an apartment over a hotel has its huge disadvantages, because you can just sit here and wait and wait and wait. But she's got a good attitude. I was frustrated with the 2-hour wait, but it was one of the nicest apartments and the most square footage that we've had of any place that we stayed on the Camino. This was the next morning because we were too tired to video last night. A big negative about renting an apartment is that a lot of the luggage transport companies won't deliver to an apartment. And if you get one, don't judge a book by its cover, because on the way to the opening door of the apartment, this is what it looked like. On this one street, you get tapas, pinchos, whatever you want to call them. And you just grab a few at one place and a few at another place, and makes everybody happy. And I'll put the coordinates to the street here in the video. I ordered the pork and the chicken with some great sauces. Gina ordered the... One thing that's handy for travelers such as us is that they will place their different food items on posters on the outside of the restaurant so that you can see what you might want to go in and order. Well, it's getting a little bit late. Time for bed, and I hope you stay tuned for the next video coming soon. We try to get one video out each week, but we have travel plans coming up in mid-September, so I hope to get as many out as possible. So stay subscribed and stay tuned in. Perhaps some of these pictures will make your mouth start to water in anticipation of walking your next Camino.